Laser sights increase confidence regardless of experience level, whether you're learning the fundamentals or overcoming aging eyes. Crimson Trace, making laser sight standard equipment. Visit crimsontrace.com to find a dealer near you.
While Tom's out hunting in the Wild Wild West, you can kick back and listen to a reloaded version of a previously broadcast Gun Talk. Tom will be back live next week.
Oh, good grief, we're going to have a whole lot of fun today. We're going to be talking about so many interesting things. We're going to talk about holsters, weird holsters that you may not have, but by the time we describe them, you may want. How about shooting your handgun upside down? Yeah, sure, makes sense, maybe? Well, when we explain it, maybe it will make some sense to you. We'll also be talking about some new guns, and I definitely want to talk about gun control and what's going on here. Silencers, we're getting a lot closer to a Hearing Protection Act because it's now been folded into something called the SHARE Act, and we'll be talking about that. And let me tell you, you talk about something that's just driving the gun ban industry nutso. Holy cow. And they are raising so much money off of the whole idea of people will be able to get silencers and then the criminals will be able to use guns and we won't hear them going off. Idiots. A silencer is like one of the easiest things in the world to make. If criminals thought silencers were good, they would use them irrespective of whether they were legal or not, because they are, after all, criminals, aren't they? You know, people who break the law? Yes. Okay, good. We got that. Good. Oh, by the way, I'm Tom Gresham, and you're listening to Gun Talk. I'm glad that you have made it in here. We are definitely going to be having some fun today, but, you know, for this whole thing to work, you have to participate. You have to give us a call. You have to tell me what you're thinking, what you've been shooting, what you've been buying, what you're thinking about selling. Don't do it. Oh, don't do it. We're always sorry about those, aren't we? Oh, yeah, and I would love to hear the one that got away from you. Either the gun that you didn't buy that you know you should have, or the gun you sold. Yeah, I got a couple of those. The gun you sold that later on you're thinking, yeah, man, I didn't really need the money, or maybe I did need the money, but I sure wish I hadn't sold that gun. I'd love to get those reports. Our number here is 866-TALK-GUN. Oh, excuse me. Let's get this party started here. Police find 15 guns stolen from 2011 burglary buried in the dirt. Okay, that's weird. I don't know what that's about. We have so many weird things going on out there. People stealing guns. We have in Chicago, you're going to love this one. Sometimes they just hand you a story like this, and it's so easy. You don't have to do anything with it. A gun control activist in Chicago got a gun and justified it by saying, oh, I'm not making this up, folks, but she got a gun. She's a gun control activist. She wants more gun control. She wants to ban guns. But she got a gun because she said her community is too dangerous to live in without one. Oh, God. Camelia Williams is the activist. She got a concealed carry permit, too. Okay, so she got a gun. She got a concealed carry permit. But she goes to Washington, D.C. to press members of Congress to pass more gun laws. Now, she says she grew up on Chicago's South Side, was personally impacted by violence. Let's see. She became gang activity, acquiring a gun at age 12, so she committed felonies. Okay. She lived violently until she had a son at age 18. At that point, she says she decided to make a change. She moved away from the South Side, got a GED and a college education, and began lobbying the state of Illinois for more gun control. Yeah, she said that she had an incident where she says, well, you know, if I have a gun, she says, there's a pretty good chance that I'm going to retaliate. Well, you need some training, lady, because that's not what we do with guns. Law-abiding people don't retaliate with guns. We defend ourselves and our family. That's a whole lot different from retaliating, which just means getting back, which means hunting down people who did something for us. Wow. She says, for people who see inconsistency in her campaigning for gun control while carrying a gun, so she's working for gun control while carrying a gun. She says those people just don't understand the danger of the neighborhood in which she lives. Of course, I'm looking at this Breitbart article and they're right. It says she misses the fact that this is a very similar argument to the ones Michael Bloomberg-funded gun controllers make when they're having their rallies and they're marching for gun control, and of course they're surrounded by armed protection. I love the thing Tucker Carlson told a Bloomberg apologist. He said that Tucker will not surrender his guns until Michael Bloomberg does. The hypocrisy of it is delicious. It is just so much fun here. Let's go to line 3. Chris is with us out of Utah. Chris, you're on Gun Talk. What do you got there?
Well, I just wanted to tell you about a gun that got away from me. I'm still sore about for 20 years. What it was I was having some doctor bill issues, some major bills, and I had to get rid of a cased Colt 7.5-inch, Colt single-action peacemaker, and it was God created man, Colonel Colt made him equal, and I didn't think much of it at the time. It was, it was unturned, unfired when I got it, and it was, it's gold inlaid on the cylinder, and it had a nail from the old Whitneyville factory, that burnt down in the 1850, I guess, when it burnt down or whatever. But anyway, it had an old square nail encased in a little plastic thing up in the corner of the box. It was a big oak box it was in, and then it had another cylinder that was all engraved, Colonel Colt, God made him equal, and all that stuff on it too. And it was a 4440 with a 44, special cylinder, extra cylinder, and it was just 7.5-inch. Really nice grips. I could not believe that, I let it go. But then I found out later that you can't even get that in the United States. That Colt commemorative is a really rare one, and I gave it away for $1,400, and I'm still bewildered.
Chris, what's interesting to me about it, Chris, it's 20 years, it's 2 decades, and you remember every detail about that revolver, don't you?
Oh, yes. I'd stare at it daily. I have a lot of Colt commemoratives, but that one, I didn't do my research on it. That one, people need to do their research on their commemoratives, because this one was only issued to oil tycoons overseas in Saudi Arabia and whatever. This gun wasn't even, put for sale in the United States. You never see one. You never hear of one. It was God created, man, and Colonel Colt made him equal.
What do you think that thing would be worth today?
Full rate around $5,000.
Oh, well, you know what? Take solace in this. You needed the money at the time. You had the gun. The gun allowed you to get the money. So there you go. It's not as if you haven't been without guns all that time. But at the same time, I understand. You go, man, I never should have let go. I had a 5-inch barrel Smith & Wesson 357 Model 27 that I sold. I just had to have the money, but holy cow, I sure wish I had that thing back. Hey, Chris, thank you for that call. I sure appreciate that. Tell you what, let's take a quick break here. We're looking for your comments about guns you never should have let go, or the ones that you didn't buy, now you wish you had. 866-TALK-GUN.
It's America's favorite .22 rifle. No matter how, where, or what you like to shoot, there's a Ruger 1022 for you. From the carbine to the incredible takedown models, the tactical and target versions, all Ruger 1022 models have the legendary action and detachable 10-round rotary magazine. Whether you're hunting squirrels or tin cans, there's a lifetime of fun in every Ruger 1022 rifle. See them all at Ruger.com. That's Ruger.com.
Laser sights are an essential firearms training tool, improving the skill level of the shooter by enhancing proper fundamentals like sight alignment and trigger control, and providing life-saving practices that can be depended on in moments of crisis. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com for a free copy of our laser training video, The Laser's Edge, and learn why Crimson Trace is making laser sights standard equipment.
If you carry a gun, you need training. Your concealed carry class was definitely not training. But time, money, and obligations keep you from spending days at a shooting school. The trusted folks at Gun Talk can help. Concealed Carry 1, our DVD featuring the VADA Group, covers what gun, what holster, how to carry, where to wear your gun, and much more. Visit shopguntalk.com. That's shopguntalk.com. Look, this really is life and death. Learn how to stay aware, how to get away, and how to fight if you must. At shopguntalk.com, you can get the 2 DVD set, including Fighting with the 1911 with Tiger McKee. No matter what gun you carry, this vital training info can save your life. Learn the draw, the stance, reloading, vital gear from Gun Talk. That's shopguntalk.com. shopguntalk.com.
It's pure shooting fun for the whole family. The Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 Sport, a .22 rifle on an AR platform. The new, slim, easy-to-accessorize M&P handguard combined with Magpul M-Bus folding sights help you get shooting right out of the box. Lightweight, reliable. The M&P 1522 Sport from Smith & Wesson. Learn more at smith-wesson.com.
Responsible owners control access to their firearms, even when they may need them in a hurry. Liberty Safe, the nation's leader in gun safes, offers 6 models of handgun vaults. Strong, simple to use, open with a key or fingerprint. Put your handgun in the compact vault, lock it away until you need it. Then it's in your hand almost instantly. Pick the Liberty Safe handgun vault that's right for you. LibertySafeHD.com.
Well. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Hammond, Indiana. A man died Friday morning after he was shot while apparently attempting to rob several people in a home. Yeah, he forced 3 people to a room in the basement. As he led the 3 out from the basement into the kitchen, a 4th person who had been in another room confronted the man and shot him multiple times. Okay, got no problem with that. That'll work. There are rules. And then there are plans. And sometimes your plans don't go the way you thought they were going to. There's another story I need to grab this thing here because it goes kind of along with that. And it's one of those, don't do that. Okay, I can't find it. Here's the deal. Short story. A woman was robbing or stole some stuff like sodas and chips and things from a convenience store. A couple of employees tried to stop her. She wouldn't stop. She ran out to her car. A good Samaritan goes out to help, wants to stop her. She has stolen chips and soda, right? He stands in front of her car to block her. She just runs over him and kills him. There's a lesson here about thinking things through. Well, she won't run over me. Yeah, she might. What's the worst thing that can happen? Oh, I never thought of that one. Yeah, you might get killed. For chips and soda that were stolen from a place that's just a store, no. And that's why you got to think this stuff through ahead of time. You can't be reacting just, oh, boom, I'll just run in there. No, you're not Superman. You got to quit watching these, movies and TV shows and thinking that that's real life. Think this stuff through. Guy's dead. Okay? Because I'm just going to stand here. If you want to leave, you're going to have to run over me. Offer accepted. Zoom. There she goes. Good grief. Caesar. Seeing on Light 2 out of Texas. Caesar, what do you own there?
Yes, sir. I just had a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of any attachable lasers or laser grips I could get for a Springfield EMP Contour?
EMP Contour. 1911 like, but smaller. But here's the problem. I mean, there are some nice laser grips available from Crimson Trace for 1911s, but I don't know that they make one for the bobbed grip. And therein lies your problem, I think, unless you got a Dremel tool and you want to start hacking on it.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Have you contacted Crimson Trace?
No, sir, I haven't yet.
You might want to just go online and drop them a note and just say, hey, guys, do you have something that might work for this? And throw it out there, open the door a little bit and say, is there another way to get one of your laser grips to work on this? And just leave it open and see if they come back with, you never know. Say, they may come back and say, well, we're working on that and we'll have that out soon. Or okay. if you got really lucky, then they say, well, let's see what we can cobble together for you. I don't know that can happen. It may be impossible. But you know what? It's worth an email or a phone call.
Okay.
All right, good luck with it. I hope that works for you. Good deal. Let's see. Ed's in Anchorage. He's on one. Hey, moving to Alaska. What'd you do there, Ed?
Hey, Mr. Gresham, I got a question for you. I moved to Alaska from Southern California, and I applied for schooling to carry a concealed weapon as far as hiking up here out in the wilderness, and went to the background check, fingerprints, and everything, and I passed now, naturally. But now when I went to renew it, I failed. A technician had reported me as being with a fiduciary to them, which I was told they didn't qualify to do that, but I had to get my paperwork in order, which I did. And Santa Monica Police Station reported me as being a felon, a drug dealer, doing prison time, and on parole, which there was no truth for. Now, I just got that paperwork squared away now. I went to have it dismissed, but they dismissed it, and they all charges dropped. Now I sent it off to the first time I sent the VA letter to the FBI. They verified and said, okay, you got half of it squared away. Now we need the other half pertaining to the Santa Monica Police Station, which I just finally got squared away. I sent it off to them. I'll be hearing something from them soon. Is there a civil lawsuit, defamation lawsuit, or something like that? Or do I just call it quits once they correct my paperwork and get everything back in order?
I'm not a lawyer, but I'm going to tell you what I would do. I'd be happy I got it fixed. It's a shame that somebody screwed it up on that end. But do you want to try to pursue a civil lawsuit against a city? I mean, go live your life, man. Don't worry about that stuff. Okay. You got it fixed. Just go.
Yeah, okay, because that's about where I've been at now. Other than that, yeah, that's why I called. Now that's been me.
Suing the government is you got to be ready to pack a lunch because it's going to take all day and all year and a while and a big bucket of money. And personally, I think you're better off saying, well, that was an interesting experience. Holy cow. I'm glad I got that worked out. I'm sorry that somebody screwed up on the record side of things, but just get through it, get on the other side of it, and go live your life. You don't want to be wallowing this thing anymore.
Well, you're right. Correct. That's me, big guy. Seriously. Other than it's been on my mind recently, and I've been listening to your show on purpose.
Well, I get it. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, somebody needs to make this right. Somebody needs to teach them a lesson. Somebody needs to make sure they don't do this again. Yeah, but there's a but here, and I'm generally not a shrug and move on kind of guy. But there comes a time when you say, it's not worth years of my time and tens of thousands of dollars of my money when I can just go live my life and say, okay, I put that behind me. Let's keep moving. That's what I would do, Ed. Look, I appreciate your call, sir. You take care. Chris is in Georgia on 3. Chris, what did you just buy?
Well, I was so tempted after I saw that great video you made over in Alabama with the R-51 at the Remington plant. I said, well, that looks like my kind of gun, and it's a beautiful gun to look at. So I ordered one. I haven't received it yet, but I made the mistake of looking at a bunch of YouTube videos over the weekend, and now I'm kind of scared because those guys really pick on this second-generation model. But I'm still holding out that it might actually be really cool.
The one I shot, well, actually two of them, they shot very well. Clearly there was a problem in one, and clearly there's a problem with the way Remington handled it. I am hopeful. I have not, I don't know. I will say this. Let me throw this out. There is a danger. While yes, we can get lots of information off the internet and even good information off of YouTube, there's also a danger because some people really like to pump up their YouTube views by bashing things or maybe dropping guns, which was recently a thing, as a way of really cranking up the views and making a lot of money from YouTube by monetizing those things. So, I mean, you have to understand that they make money from the views. So the worse it is and the more it's shared and the scarier it looks and the worse the gun looks, and we can all badmouth everything, there's money to be made in that. Now, I'm not saying that what they're saying is wrong. I'm just saying choose your sources carefully. You've already purchased the gun? You're just waiting to get it?
Yeah, it should get here next week from Bud's Gun Shop.
I would take it. I would shoot it. I would go run. Are you thinking about carrying this for personal protection?
I thought about it, yeah, because it's sleek enough to carry. It's not bulky or anything.
I would go run 500 rounds through it, not a round less, 500 rounds. And just see how it runs for you. If it runs, if it's working, then your gun is okay. Don't worry about what other people's guns are doing. If you have a bunch of problems with it along the way, then I would regroup. First of all, I would not carry a gun that has problems, feeding, shooting, whatever. But also then I would go back either to Bud's or to Remington and do something about it, see if we can work it out. But since you got the gun on the way, just take it out and shoot it. I tell you what, do me a favor. We could all use the help. After you shoot it, run, 4 or 5 boxes of ammo, 100, 150 rounds, and then give us a range report. Call us and let us know how it's working out for you, okay?
Yeah, I know some guns are sensitive to certain ammo, but I noticed the 115 ball ammo works pretty smooth, so I'm going to try and stick with that.
I think that's a good move. I appreciate that, Chris. Give us that range report. That'd be cool. Very neat. All right. Have you ever gone to a range and seen somebody shooting a handgun upside down? Drawing and shooting a gun up? I don't know. But there may be a reason to consider it. When we come back, I'm going to tell you the story that we got from a listener. It sounds weird, but there may be something to it. We'll be right back.
While Tom's out hunting in the Wild Wild West, you can kick back and listen to a reloaded version of a previously broadcast Gun Talk. Tom will be back live next week.
All righty, back with you. Tom Gresham here, 866-TALK-GUN, or just dial Tom Talk Gun. We have a lot of things going on. Oh, here's one for you that'd be fun. On YouTube, our YouTube channel, go to the Gun Talk Media YouTube channel. I bet you can't watch our 30-second trailer for our upcoming show without laughing. Honestly, really. Tomorrow, this week, we're running an episode of Gun Venture on Sportsman Channel, hunting iguanas in Puerto Rico with air guns. And the trailer is just so funny. It's only 30 seconds. Just check that out. Go to YouTube, look for Gun Talk. You'll find it there. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, we've given away stuff. We got the Sig Sauer and Crossbreed holsters giveaway. Go to guntalk.com/win. Give it away $1,000 in ammo, 2 Sig electro-optics, a Sig P210 target pistol, whole bunch of stuff from Crossbreed holsters. It's all there. Just go to guntalk.com/win. A lot of fun things going on. Let me make sure I have this. Okay. No federal gun control for new silenced muzzleloader. Silencer Co. Out in Utah has introduced a 50 caliber muzzleloader with a built-in silencer suppressor. Here's the deal. According to federal law, muzzleloaders are not firearms. That's true. And this is a permanently attached silencer. They call it the Maxim 50. It went on sale last week, and they're just getting orders like crazy. I don't know if it makes any sense, but it's just fun. The whole idea of it is just fun. A silenced 50 caliber muzzle loader. Now, also we have the, I mentioned earlier, the Sportsman's Heritage and Recreational Enhancement Act, SHARE or SHARE Act. And it includes, basically it has incorporated the Hearing Protection Act, the silencer law in there. The anti-gunners are freaking out over this thing because it's moved out of the full committee, the Committee on Natural Resources. One of the things that's been interesting is that reading the media reports and seeing, and I'm on the email list of all the anti-gun groups, of course, and seeing what they say, it's just fun to watch them losing their minds. I was looking at the NRA website, and they're saying, yeah, they kind of documented all this thing. Dana Milbank of the Washington Post, making claims about suppressors that their very own fact checker at that paper had already contradicted. And let's see, we've got Gail Collins of the New York Times is shocked that long gun ammunition with non-lead projectile components, which she calls armor-piercing bullets, is already being sold. Yeah, like Barnes copper bullets and things like that. Yeah. And then we've got this ATF agent who testified, former ATF agent. I don't know what he's getting paid for this deal because I think he's a consultant now. But he, former ATF agent, I think former is a key phrase here. Let's see, what did he say? He said some of the policy initiatives were endorsed by ATF. Oh, wait. He's the one that said that this would endanger the cops. That's right. He stood up there and said, yeah, this will endanger law enforcement officers. But ATF, the current ATF head, say, no, this is not going to be a problem as far as public safety, and it will really help with our mission. Basically what it would do is when you buy a silencer, if this passes, a silencer would be treated exactly like a firearm. There would be a NICS check, a background check to buy it. But there won't be a year wait, and there won't be a $200 registration fee on a tube with some little baffles in it. It's not a firearm. It's a silencer. It's a little can. It's a muffler. It's a gun muffler. It's not a lot different from the muffler on your lawnmower when you actually start looking at it. So for those who say, well, there just won't be any restrictions on silencers. Well, that's not true. I mean, that's like saying there are no restrictions on firearms right now when you have to have an FBI background check when you buy one. It's kind of fun to watch them lose their minds. I know, I realize I am easily amused. That's okay. Line 2, Joe's with us, Jefferson, Texas. Hey, Joe, home defense gun. What are you thinking here?
Well, I thought I'd call up and give all you guys a little chuckle today because I've got a suggestion on perfect home defense weapon. You know, we listen to shotguns and pistols and rifles, and every time I go to the range and I take my little M&P AR 1522, and I can stand at 25 or 50 yards or certainly 10 yards and put as many rounds in a 5-inch square as fast as I can pull the trigger, then I convince myself more and more that it is a viable home defense weapon.
Okay, based on what? On your ability to hit stuff?
Based on the ability to hit and punch holes in a small area.
Well, no, wait. Let me throw out a thought for you, okay? I can get a full auto BB gun and put even more holes in a small area faster than you can. Is that a home defense gun?
No, but there's a little more power, and also based on the amount of ammo that you can have available in a 25-round mag, controllability, lightweight. Those are some. Now, look, Tom, for guys like you that are concerned about the no-knock warrant SWAT team guys coming in, you probably need the body armor. You probably need a little more powerful weapon than my M&P AR 1522.
No, you're projecting here. All I'm concerned about is making sure somebody doesn't hurt me and my family, and so I want to have something that has controllability and is maneuverable, but has plenty of power because I don't know if I'm going to get 20 shots off or if I'm only going to get one shot off, and I want something that's going to make them stop doing what they're doing right now. And if there are like 5 of them, I would like to have something that would persuade them to go somewhere else. Let me ask you a question. You're obviously a gun guy. If you got an M&P 1522, which, by the way, is seriously one of the coolest guns. It's a serious. That's a really wonderful gun. I love the M&P 1522. Do you have an AR in 223?
Yes, I do.
Why would you want to use a 22 rimfire when you have a 223?
I'm just throwing some stuff out there. I'm not saying it would have to be my home defense weapon, but I am. Every time I go, I'm so impressed with the reliability, the accuracy, the lightweight, the speed, and I'm just thinking, for the average thug that's going to, the stereotypical thug that might come through your door, I think you may not thwart a Navy SEAL, a highly trained warrior, but the average thug is probably going to turn and run.
Okay, I tell you what, I appreciate the call. I'm going to comment on that, but I've got to take a quick break. We're going to come back. I'm going to tell you why that's not a good idea. Having just watched a video of a guy get shot 7 times with a 9mm pistol at point-blank range, and he was less than impressed with the whole thing. Bullets are like medicine. Sometimes it takes them a while to work. The smaller they are, the more time it takes. I'll weigh in on this just a little bit more. If you got a thought on this, 22s for self-defense. 866-TALK-GUN or just dial Tom Talk Gun. Be right back.
For tactical equipment for military, law enforcement, and shooting enthusiasts, look for the name Elite Survival Systems, creators of high-quality, intelligently designed products for concealed carry, discreet transport, and rigorous tactical uses. Elite Survival Systems knows there isn't just one method of carry that works for everyone. Elite offers a vast array of concealment products to fit your lifestyle, including holsters, belts, vests, pouches, slings, bags, backpacks, and cases. Find out more at EliteSurvival.com.
Nosler has been a leader in bullets and ammunition for decades and keeps growing with new product introductions that follow this tradition. Accurate, highly effective bullets and ammo for long-range shooting, precision rifle competition, and big game hunting. To be the first to hear about new product releases and promotions, follow Nosler on Facebook and Instagram and become part of the conversation. You won't settle, and neither will we. Nosler.com.
This land, once wild and free, fades now from our memory. But I remember what it was like, what we were like, what we are capable of when we band together. Perhaps more than any other landscape, wetlands embody the life-giving abundance that nature has to offer. And perhaps more than any other organization, Ducks Unlimited is working to ensure that our continent's wetlands not only survive, but thrive for generations well beyond this one. These natural wonders are where waterfowl begin their cycle of life, where the deer and the antelope play, and where we, the people, gather together to see and share what makes the outdoors so great. The time is now to band together with organizations like Ducks Unlimited. The time is now to rescue our wetlands.
It's really pretty simple. Your carry gun is a life-saving device. It must be with you. That's what the Springfield Armory XDS is all about. Small enough to carry, big enough to shoot comfortably, shockingly slim, single stack, with a 3.3-inch or 4-inch barrel, available in 9, 40, or 45. Highly accurate, great trigger, fiber optic front sight for fast aimed fire. The XDS at Springfield-Armory.com. That's Springfield-Armory.com.
All right, back with you, 866-TALK-GUN. Teresa's with us on line 1 out of Fort Worth, Texas. Teresa, what are you looking at there?
Well, the other day I was in one of the gun stores, and I found a Browning 1911 380.
Mm-hmm.
And it fit very well in my hand. Mm-hmm. I have a large hand but short fingers, so gripping is and comfortable to get to the trigger is an issue.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, my husband's commander 911 is not comfortable because I can't, that extra safety in there, I can't really activate it with the way it's supposed to be.
Huh.
And I was just wondering if you knew anything about that one.
Well, I mean, it's about a 80% size 1911, obviously in 380, as you already know. I guess the question is, first of all, are you comfortable with the operation and shooting 1911s?
I was comfortable with my husband's, except the fact that I have to work around the internal safety, the thumb internal safety.
Well, there's a thumb safety. Do you not like the thumb safety?
Well, I like it. It's just that my hand isn't large enough to fit my fingers comfortably through for trigger use.
I'm going to suggest you look at least one other. I wouldn't want you to go with the first one without looking at what else is out there. I'm not saying the Browning's not a good gun. And look, the 380, a lot of people are going to tell you, oh, don't get a 380. And if you wanted to get a 9, that'd be fine. But a 380 is okay. It really is, if you use good ammo. There are a couple of other 380s that come to mind that you might want to consider. One is the SIG. It's a P938 is the number on it, P938. And it's an even smaller 1911-ish pistol, very similar to what you were just looking at. I think your hands would work on it very well. It does have an external thumb safety. It's got a hammer. It's cocked. With all of these guns, you're going to need a good holster. You cannot just shove these in a purse. You absolutely cannot. They have to have a good holster that covers the trigger guard. There's also one from Ruger called the LC380. And it's a very nice small single stack. All of these are single stacks, so they're going to have thinner grips. And they're going to have 6 or 7 rounds in the magazine. That's what you're going to get. I would suggest that you go look at 2 or 3 other 380s and try to find something that works, that feels good in your hand. And also check, here's the other thing, make sure that you can work the slide on them, that you're very comfortable working the slide. It shouldn't be a problem with 380s, but it's just one of the things you want to make sure of, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's... Yeah, they got the 938. Let's see, 238, 930. The 930 is a 9mm. Thank you. Michelle is correcting me here. It's the 238 is the 380. So it's a SIG 238, not the 938. The 938 is, in fact, the 9mm. Thank you, Michelle. She keeps us all on track around here. So look for the SIG 238. And see what you think of it. I like the 938, but that's going to have a little bit more recoil. And the other thing is, when you get a small gun in 9mm, and here's maybe an important part for this. Because the recoil is more, there's more energy, the spring has to be stronger. And small guns in 9mm, it is more difficult to rack the slide. It takes more strength and a bit more technique. And so I would stick with 380s, I think, if I were you.
Yeah, the 9mm that I have that's my personal that I can't carry it, it's too heavy, is my 9mm Desert Eagle, my baby Eagle.
Okay, yeah, and that's just, even though they call it a baby eagle, still a decent sized gun. Yeah, look at that P238. I'm looking at them online. That's a good looking pistol too, and they shoot really well. See what you think of that. I appreciate the call, Teresa. I wish you luck with that, and good for you for doing the research. And look, if the Browning works for you, fine. Just look at some of the options out there. That's the other thing, is that everybody, there are so many guns being made now, so many different models. It really does pay to see what's out there, to check the market. And you may say, well, I'm a Ruger person, so I'm going to get a Ruger. Okay, cool, if that works for you. Or you may say, I don't care, I'm just going to see what's out there. Well, God, there's a ton of stuff out there, whether it's SIG or Smith or Ruger or Springfield or Browning or Beretta or HK, or it goes on and on and on. More guns, lots of choices. right, little personal update and a request. Maybe a little urgent. We are past the demolition stage in our house. Started framing in. We're down to the studs. All the sheetrock is gone. Kitchen's gone. Bathrooms are gone. Tiles gone. Everything's gone. This is after our fire. It wasn't a big fire. Just got smoke everywhere. My request for you is this, and you've heard me talk about this, and just a reminder for those that may not have heard it. My wife was at the house when the fire started. She had a chance to put it out. She didn't because she didn't know how to operate a fire extinguisher. She literally was standing 4 feet from the fire, and there was a fire extinguisher 1 foot from her foot. She thought about picking it up, and she thought, I don't know how to run that. Took off running, which is good. She's safe. Nobody got hurt. But we lost the house because she could have saved the house. If you're thinking, well, everybody knows how to do that. No, what we discovered in the aftermath, as we ask around, is that a lot of people, and particularly a lot of women, say, no, I don't know how to operate a fire extinguisher. Well, teach everybody in your family and all your friends how to do it. If you have one that is close to expiration or is expired, have them each one pull the pin, squeeze the handle, so they know how to do it. I don't know if it's ever going to make a difference somewhere, but I bet it does. Tell everybody you know. First of all, start asking. You'll be surprised. Oh, here's the other thing. Just for you, because we talk about self-defense, home defense, and all this defense. How about fire defense? Do you have a fire extinguisher in your home? How many do you have? Where are they? You got one in the kitchen? Great. Does everybody know where it is? Does it get moved around? Is it in a closet? Do you have one in your bedroom? Oh, where are you likely to be like 8 hours a day? Just a thought for you. Okay. Michael's in Medford, Oregon on 2. Michael, talk to me.
Hey, Tom, I just wanted to comment on giving your firearms away or selling them, the regrets that come along with that. Mm-hmm. I had given my nephew a .41 Magnum Smith & Wesson pistol when he had no firearms, and then he was going to go to Colorado elk hunting. I gave him a 300 Winchester mag, Parker Hale, excellent rifle. Mm-hmm. And then he became kind of financially well off. He got into competitive shooting CZs. Mm-hmm. I like the pistol. I bought a CZ 75D PCR, and I asked him to work it over for me. Too busy. And I felt really bad. I felt like I should not have given those firearms away.
Okay, here's the deal. Once you give them away, you don't own them. You don't have any right to them. You need to yes, I agree. You got to make sure the person you're giving them to appreciates them. But at the same time, there's no guarantee that the people in your family are going to like the same things you do. You got to give them away with no strings attached. If you're giving them away, they're done. If you use it, great. If you never use it, that will make me sad, but that's just the way it goes. I appreciate the call, sir, and I understand what you're feeling. I did forget to get back to this. I said when we came back, I was going to talk to you a little bit about using a .22 for self-defense in your home. Essentially, it's a bad idea, unless that's all you can do. And I think our caller knew that. Just watched a video of a police officer shooting a guy at about 4 feet. Shot him 7 times with a 9mm. Guy standing there, shot. I mean, finally goes down after 7 shots. And that's with a 9mm. What do you think it's going to take with a .22? Will you have enough time? Okay, you're given 0.7 seconds to make this problem go away. I can get 3 or 4 shots off in 0.7 seconds if I'm already on target, at least that many. But if I need 7 shots, what are you going to do? Now, if it's a .22 and you need 20 shots to make your point, you kind of see where I'm going. If it's all you have, it's all you have, and I get it. But if you have a choice of having something more powerful that you can shoot, that you can control, go with the more powerful decision maker, the argument ender. It's only your life and the lives of your family members. I think you owe it to them to do a good job with this. We'll talk about it on the backside.